What's the wrong way to learn data structures and algorithms? It would be to pick a thick book and try to power through it in a weekend. Or worse, randomly try one lead code problem after another without a clear plan. That's like entering a race without knowing the route. Remember, winners only play games they know how to win. Here's how you can change your strategy and 10x your progress in mastering DSA. I often get asked, isn't DSA all about intelligence? What if I'm just not smart enough? Well, here's the truth. DSA isn't about raw intelligence. It's about recognizing patterns through repeated practice. Pattern recognition, not intelligence. Think of it like learning to drive. When you first started, every step required careful thought, changing gears, checking mirrors, or signaling. But after repeated practice, these steps became second nature. Similarly, DSA mastery comes from repeated exposure to patterns. In fact, driving is so complex that even Tesla, with its advanced technology, is still working to perfect automatic driving. But how do you ensure you remember what you learn? The secret to long-term retention is the classification of information. Learning in a structured way allows your brain to create meaningful sequences or stories. Research by cognitive psychologist Jeremy Bruner highlights that organizing information into categories significantly improves memory retention and recall. Remember, by classifying information. When you structure DSA concepts into clear categories, your brain naturally recalls them because you've built a coherent narrative. Take dynamic programming for example. This is a topic top paying companies frequently ask in coding rounds. Don't just leave it as dynamic programming in your categorization system, but rather further classify dynamic programming into distinct patterns like knapsack pattern problems, longest common subsequence pattern problems, lengthwise iteration pattern problems, partition method pattern problems, etc. Classifying information at this granular level dramatically improves your recall and application in real coding interviews. And whenever you practice a problem, always try to fit it somewhere into your categorization system. This habit solidifies your understanding and strengthens your memory. This will help you in an interview by quickly recognizing the pattern of the question, and you'll be able to arrive at the solution faster. In an interview, you will have only a limited amount of time. To prepare for this, ensure that when practicing problems, always use a timer. Start with 15 minutes. If you're making clear progress, you can extend the time that you give yourself up to 30 minutes, but never more. If you're stuck after 30 minutes, look at the solution and try to learn the way that you can solve this question deeply. Practice under time pressure. Here's the key. Don't just skim the solution, deeply understand what you learn. Remember to classify each solution based on the concepts involved. Don't rush and you will not feel overwhelmed, but rather focus on deeply learning whatever you're learning. Trust that with time, once you're exposed to multiple patterns, you will start solving problems on your own. If you're short on time or need structure, choose a course that builds momentum fast. So how do you evaluate courses? Because there are multiple courses out there. Evaluate courses by asking, does it quickly give me confidence? Does it provide rapid, visible progress? Use courses to accelerate results. You can use any good course. I also have DSA courses in Python and JavaScript. In my course, I intentionally structure the learning path to quickly build your confidence and momentum. The course helps you to categorize information in a way that will help you master concepts and build your own categorization system. This, I believe, is the key to retain what you learn. Master Big O analysis. When you attempt lead code problems, remember to never skip analyzing time and space complexity. Make Big O analysis a habit for every problem you solve. Knowing the efficiency of your code isn't optional, it's essential. This habit significantly boosts your ability to optimize solutions quickly during interviews. DSA can be draining. To effectively overcome this challenge, commit to starting your day with an hour of structured DSA practice, especially if you're preparing for coding interviews. Have a clear winning strategy mapped out over the next few months that aligns with your goals. Finally, remember, DSA is language agnostic. If you're comfortable with the language already, stick to it. But if you're open or just starting, languages like Python or JavaScript might give you an advantage in interviews because they are faster to type. Apply these tips and watch yourself as you grow and as you get to mastering data structures and algorithms.